So 19, early
80s.
19, yeah, late 80s, early
Late
90s.
80s, early 90s.
Cumbria Downs, Danny Mora. And that was it was the first big land development project that Woods.
Well, we've done all Green and Carlton stuff. So.
Yeah, true. But it grew a client, which is Fulton Hogan Land now, which has been a client of Woods for the 30 years since then. So it's been a tremendous relationship, and it's provided a multitude of housing and careers and opportunities for hundreds of people. So it's been a really good project.
And that was probably went on for 15 years, and through that.
That's the project I started on.
Yeah.
I started with Woods. I went on Spencer Block.
That's what I started on to.
Is it? Right.
But then, as part of that, there was the relationship that we had with AMP when they did the Botany Town Centre, foodstuffs, all the commercial,
all those other things that
all
kicked
the commercial developments that kicked in as
that
well.
we've still got. Yeah. So definitely, that was that'd be one of the bigger jobs. And at that time, Woods was a relatively small company, and it was probably kicked into the growth of
Our
Woods.
first growth phase, yeah.
Yeah, and again, it was just delivering what was needed. The land was selling; they wanted to do more.
And there were some challenging parts to that project,
Yeah.
because it was the undergrounding of those overheads.
Yeah.
And that was the first time that had been done really in Auckland, the undergrounding. So it was challenging technically.
Would you say that set up the company culture? It was all. It was pretty full on. Yeah. Everyone had to work pretty closely to each other to keep things
and that was
along.
good. That was Don and Tim, and so it was a good setup.
But then even prior to that, when I arrived, we were doing Gulf Harbour.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so that was when we did the marina, which was one of the first of that type of development in New Zealand. So we were busy doing all of that. The golf course.
Out of that grew Greg Oliver, and then Landco, then Todd Property.
Yeah.
Well, that came out of
golf.
Yeah, to come out of golf actually with Brian Turner.
But so probably after Danny Mora, the next significant milestone probably was Stonefields and
Stonefield's Long Bay.
and Long Bay.
Well, Snapper Rock.
And Snapper Rock, the stuff that we built a relationship with Greg Oliver at Landco.
Roberts Road, Cole Road,
Roberts Road, yeah. So and again, that was that was another big project that grew up in parallel with the work we were doing with Danny Mora. So the company had to stretch again to manage that process, which we did successfully, and they were a couple of big, and again, Stonefields was the first time probably in Auckland, the big redevelopment of a big master plan.
Yep.
Whereas Danny Mora grew sort of organically in those days, master planning wasn't really a thing. So yeah, I guess the Landco, the Todd Property changed to Okura. That was a big body of work. And then I guess, and then Gary Robinson too down south, the Pegasus stuff.
Yeah, Pegasus.
That kicked in at a similar time as well, and that was the move south really, wasn't it? Pegasus.
Yep, that's right.
And that would have been happening all at the same time. So that was another lesson learned, how to manage your business,
remotely.
And then we opened an office up in Albany as well to cater for the North Shore stuff.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, that was
at the request of the clients.
Well, the clients wanted that because they thought they were paying too much for
transport.
Yeah.
But that highlighted to us that we were a bit fractured.
Yeah.
That we wanted everyone back in the one,
absolutely.
one company because we were all.
Well, you live and learn these lessons, we thought that was a good idea, but it wasn't as good as
well. Look, and it was for a while.
It was, but then it sort of outlived its usefulness. Yeah.
But I think the other thing that's done is it's enabled us to grow those different parts of the business, like urban design and architecture, because of that shift into that, so we never had that. The fact that we now have as many planners, that came about as a result of those larger projects and just the work that generated.
Even the stormwater.
And stormwater, because but then the survey side and the spatial side, in terms of data collection, in terms of the modelling and stuff that we're doing, that's all come about probably in the last 10 years.
Yeah, when those big jobs just springboarded us into that.
And the large projects have enabled us to have the funding, but also to have the people to actually develop those skill sets.
Yeah, and then.
But that's one big thing with the company. We like to keep at the forefront of technology. So surveying-wise, design-wise, we like to think we're cutting edge.
There's not many people who don't get the toys that they ask for.
That's right. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh well.
Depends. What kind of toy you're talking about.
yeah, exactly.